Morning, Monday, the 8th of May. Just had a bit of a chuckle to myself, actually. As a so-called day trader, I don't think she actually day trades, but she's very successful as a YouTuber and has followers that I can only dream of. But it did make me laugh because the title of the video was why 2023 is the best time to start day trading. It's been an incredibly hard year to day trade, and I'm going to show you why. Unfortunately, this sideways, volatile, choppy market is quite common in a lot of Forex pairs at the moment. The moving averages don't work. There's no clear trend, no clear pattern. We're up 1 week, we're down the next, we're even up one day, down the next. You can't run a position for long. There's no swing trade opportunity. I'll give it to you straight. It's very difficult to trade the Forex markets at the moment. Again, New Zealand dollar, the daily moving averages are all moving sideways. They're all flatlining. There's no clear trend. Where do you think this market will be in 2 days or 2 weeks? It's impossible to have an accurate guess. This is the dollar yen, again, been going sideways since December. On the shorter term charts, I am actually able to pick out some trade ideas. So I'm not going to go into them on this video. If you're a subscriber, you've already got them anyway. In fact, the Aussie dollar does have some decent trading opportunities in the short term at the moment with New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. This again has been going on since December. How do you trade that? This isn't something I see often in most of the Forex pairs, but what do you do with that? Aussie versus the yen. I thought we'd broken above this trend line and we were going to go, but the next day we just reversed and collapsed back. It really is impossible. Euro yen, I thought we had a breakout trade. We had a really strong gain on the 4-hour chart. And of course, we just wiped it out immediately. So you just can't run a position for long Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. Again, sideways, going nowhere. Now, there are some markets which do have some trends and therefore some trade ideas. They're on the trade ideas sheet. Euro versus the New Zealand dollar actually is hitting a support level. So we could bounce. The Aussie dollar versus the Canadian dollar actually did work really well for us last week. We were selling up around the 90, 80, 90, 90 area. And although we spent many days hovering, finally we did see a move to the downside on Friday. So the shorts did work there. And I would try shorts up there again if we do bounce and retest at some stage this week. Now, the euro versus the Aussie dollar is also a really nice bull trend. So I'm looking for support level to buy into longs here and see if that trend does continue. And we do have a potential double top in the pound versus the Japanese yen. Now, I wonder if that's a sell signal. Let's examine that a little more closely. Well, here we have a bearish engulfing candle on the second peak, making the potential double top pattern. We did see some follow through to the downside. We're seeing a nice bounce now. So the fact that we've got this bearish engulfing candle does help indicate to me that the double top is valid. This could be the beginning of a significant move to the downside. When you look at it on the weekly chart, the first peak actually has a bearish engulfing candle. Now, we don't have that on the second peak on the weekly chart, but we do have this doji candle, which does indicate that the market's coming more into balance. In other words, the sellers are matching the buyers. And so it does give an indication that we could see a move to the downside, and that double top could certainly be valid. It was actually in a bull trend against a few currencies, and against the Canadian dollar, we do have a decent bull trend, and we are pulling back to what could be quite a good support level off that trend line. And indeed, the pound versus the Aussie dollar is also in a really nice bull trend. The euro US dollar is also in a bull trend, so we're looking to buy at support. Actually, we've been selling at resistance here as well around the 110.80, 111.00 area. We were buying around this trend line down here, around 109.70, 109.50, and that has worked. I think this is a bull flag. So I think that the euro will eventually break higher against the US dollar. So we're going to keep scalping that support and resistance level that I've got on the trade ideas sheet for you subscribers. And then we'll watch to see which way it breaks. My feeling, obviously, because I think this is probably a bull flag, is that it will break higher and then we'll start a new leg higher for the euro versus US dollar. I think interest rate wise, the Fed is pausing. They haven't indicated that they'll cut rates. For some reason, the market really believes that there will be a rate cut very, very soon. This is not the message that any of the Fed board members are sending out, but ECB could have 1 or 2 further interest rate hikes up their sleeve. So that would also lend weight to the theory that the euro could break higher against the US dollar eventually. Cable spent a long time trading sideways. You know that I've been looking for a break higher in cable. We had a couple of false breaks. Now, hopefully, this is a convincing break higher in the bull trend, then we've got to beat the 500-day moving average, which is at 127.30. Okay, I'll put some written analysis and trade ideas in the description box, so do make sure you read that. And now I'm going to record a video for gold, silver, oil, and stock markets. So look out for that too.